Welcome back to Hello Pilipinas, and now let's get into koolNews Early Edition.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
Good morning, this is koolNews Early Edition. Okay. Just returned, so let's open our fellow news source. Go. All right, so let's talk about the Trump debate, as we all are aware of. So it looks like the rating results are in, and CNN appear to be the biggest winner from Thursday's train wreck of the presidential debate. According to the news cable's report of the Nelson Fast national data, a combined 47.9 million total viewers watched the CNN presidential debate on TV across all networks, including its competitors. And in the key news demo of adults 25 to 54, an average of 12.6 million viewers watch. That's down from the first debate of 2020, which attracted nearly 73.1 million viewers, but there are several caveats attached. Thursday's night debate was specifically run by CNN. Also, this was among the earliest presidential debates ever. The first 2020 debate was held at the end of September. And this is the first presidential debate since 1988 not handled by the Commission of Presidential Debates. CNN also noted that there were more than 30 million live starts of the debate on YouTube and CNN digital platforms. According to CNN, it was also the biggest day ever for its new CNN on Max service, nearly doubling the previous record. According to the network, the debate was the most watched non-sports program of the year so far among both viewers 2 plus and adults 25 to 54. CNN noted that the debates grabbed 11.4 million viewers specifically on CNN, CNN.com, CNN on Max, CNN in Español, and HLN. In linear, according to other sources, utilized Nelson media data, while at the all outlets, Fox News Media was first with 12.680 million, followed by NBC Universal News Group with 9.924 million. Then CNN Espanol HLN with 9.04 million viewers, and followed by ABC News with 8.696 million. The 30 million views of the presidential debate on CNN's digital properties and on YouTube makes it the biggest debate for it ever on CNN Digital, the network said, and ties it with the network's biggest live stream event ever. Nelson has released an update on Thursday's Biden-Trump presidential debate, and the average audience has climbed to 51.3 million viewers across 17 networks. Networks include CNN, which originated the debate, as well as ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, Strips News, Telemundo, Univision, BAD, CNN, and Espanol, HLN, Fox Business, Fox News Channel, MSNBC, Newsmax, News Nation, and PBS. Audience estimates include out-of-home viewing for all networks except Newsmax, News Nation, PBS, and Strips News. So there you go. The ratings so far, well, not bad, really, for the debates. Alright, now let's get into the back to national headlines. So give me a second, I'll be back. Give me a second. Alright, let's get into the main national headlines now after we're done with talking about the Biden versus Trump debate ratings. Let's begin with the first national headline as Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief General Romel Bronner on Friday gave a stern warning to Filipinos with regards to the alarming surge in disinformation campaigns against the military and the government aimed to erode the public's trust in our institution. These efforts seek to sow panic, divide our nation, and distract us from pressing issues that demand our collective attention, Bronner said in a statement, without giving details to specific incidents. He told the public to remain vigilant and critical of the information they encounter and share. This information not only distorts the truth but also undermines our unity, making us vulnerable to external challenges, that threaten our national security and stability, he said. He added people should verify sources and seek information from credible and official channels. Let us stand together in the face of these separate attempts on to spread discord, he said. He assured Filipinos the AFP remains committed to its duty in protecting the nation and upholding the peace and security agenda of President Marcos. We call on every Filipino to join us in this endeavor, fostering a spirit of solidarity and resilience against those who wish to weaken our resolve, he said. Earlier this week, the military advised the public on the importance of verifying information and providing proper context before sharing it after a photo of the Philippine Navy helicopter dropping supplies on BFB Sierra Madre and Arica Secretary show circulated online. Call Extras Trinidad, chief of the AFP Public Affairs Office, said the photos was from the December 26, 2021 Christmas mission in the West Philippine Sea and was not related to any current events. TV Patrol, the prime newscast of ABS-CBN network, became the target of a deep-fake TikTok video about a purported survey that projects Senator Robin Badilla as the front-running candidate in the 2028 presidential race. The network on Friday disowned the false and fabricated clip, which also contained the manipulated images and voices of a news anchor, a reporter, and a political analyst. Dismissing the video as fake news in a Facebook post, Julio Tihanki, the political analyst whose image was used, warned that it was a chilling preview of how artificial intelligence, or AI, will be used in Philippine elections. R.G. Cruz, the political reporter in the doctor video, said the polling firm Pulse Asia had not published any survey in June 2024 about voters' preferences in the 2028 elections, and that he had not found any such report to that effect on TV Patrol or any platforms of ABS-CBN. Always check the accounts of posts you see on social media if these are authentic accounts of trusted news source or people you know personally, Cruz said in a post on Facebook. The same video also showed the image of TV Patrol anchor Henry Omega Diaz supposedly doing a spell on the Pulse Asia survey. The clip was traced to the TikTok account at Alex Guo _, a name apparently derived from that of controversial Mayor Alex Guo of Bamban Tarlac, who is under investigation for allegedly fake identity and ties to a Philippine online gaming operator in her hometown that was raided in March for criminal activities. The video appeared to be a way working of Cruz able to report on a real Pulse Asia pre-election survey that shows Senator Rafi Tulfo and Vice President Sara to be statistically tied as 2028 presidential contenders. In the statement sent to the Inquirer, ABS-CBN said it had asked TikTok to take action on the fabricated and manipulated video. The broadcast channel also shared videos that it had mechanisms in place for fact-checking and flagging mis- and disinformation using ABS-CBN news materials and personalities. The video was no longer accessible as of Friday afternoon. The Alice_Go account was still active and containing older posts, including 2 deepfake videos of GMA News coverage relating to the death and burial of former President Rodrigo Duterte. Another early video on already flagged as fake news by the media outlet Press One showed and UNTV news segment likewise showing Padilla as the top choice in another survey on possible presidential candidates. Alright, guys, I will be right back. We're not going to commercial break. We'll do something real quick. Give me a moment. Alright, continuing our headlines. The proposed increase of fees at Aquino International Airport NAIA, which is set to be privatized in September, will be evaluated and decided at the cabinet level, according to Manila International Airport Authority spokesperson Chris Bandijo. Airline and air operators groups have expressed concerns about the rate increases, saying that these additional costs will likely end up being passed on to passengers, making NAIA one of Asia's most expensive airports. Transportation Secretary Jimmy Bautista's pronouncement that there will be no fee adjustments after privatization without noticeable improvements at NAIA. Bandijo said they are scheduled for the imposition of the new rates based on the concession agreement signed with the new NAIA Intra-Corp. The Philippines has yet to accept the so-called grey list of Paris Manila Watchdog Financial Action Task Force, which urged the country to swiftly tackle remaining deficiencies in its defense against money laundering and terrorist financing. This means that the Philippines is still under increased monitoring, particularly its progress in resolving deficiencies within agreed timeframes, FATF said in a statement on Friday. Being on the list can restrict cross-border transactions and create reputational risk. The country has been on this list since June 2021. What the Philippines is trying to avoid is to return to the blacklist, which can result in tighter regulations and more expensive remittance, a lifeline for many Filipinos. The decision and outcome of FATF's plenary meeting this month marked a stumbling block to President Marcos' bid to accept the Grey List by October 2024. The FATF plenary meets 3 times a year, usually in February, June, and October. There are 3 out of 18 action items remain outstanding, but on another way, it means that the Philippines has actually taken action, FATF President Raja Kumar told of press conference. But the Philippines has yet to demonstrate the use of credible controls against money laundering and terrorist financing risk from casino junkets, the watchdog noted. It was also urged to intensify the cross-border measures at all main seaports and airports, including detection of false declarations of currency and confiscation action. Finally, FATF wants to see an increase in the prosecution of cases related to terrorist financing. but the FATF nevertheless held significant steps taken, including an increase in investigation and prosecution of those involved in money laundering. The country was also credited for improving access of law enforcement agencies to beneficial ownership data that can be used against individuals hiding their illicit activities and dirty money behind complicated corporate structures. The FATF also noted the risk-based supervision of suspectable entities such as casinos, lawyers, accountants, and real estate agents. Meanwhile, Jamaica and Turkey managed to exit the grey list. And the anti-travel movement has decided to investigate the alleged involvement of unregulated investment platforms in money laundering in the Philippines. In a letter sent to the offices of Senators Risa Hontiveros and Sharon Cajolian, anti-travel movement founding President Leon Estrada said certain multinational companies' dominant market power enables them to ignore local regulators' directives, contributing to money laundering in the Philippines. Despite clear instructions from our country's leadership to combat money laundering, Apple and Google, two of the largest multinational companies operating in the Philippines, continue to disregard the requests of regulatory authorities, the National Telecommunications Commission, and the Securities and Exchange Commission to ban unregulated investment platforms from their app stores, said Peralta. According to him, it has been months since the implementation of the ban took place, and yet unregulated and unregistered platforms remain accessible on Google and Apple's application stores. Alarmingly, these apps continue to advertise to Filipinos, offering absolutely no protection to our investing public. This blatant disobedience and disregard for our regulators is deeply concerning, said Pralata. Both the SEC and NTC have issued warnings and absolute bans against several unregulated platforms. The SEC issued warnings against cryptocurrency and investment platforms Eldoro and Gemini. It also publicly banned the investment platforms like Binance, WeTrade, and OctaFX. However, these continue to be available on Apple and Google App Store, he added. To support his claims, Peralta cited suspended Bambang Mayor Other Schools case, actively being brought by Hontiveros and Cajilian, pointing out that if the Anti-Money Laundering Council supposedly failed to monitor locally registered companies, how much more for unregistered foreign entities? We urge you to look into how these money launderers use these platforms to launder money through cryptocurrencies passing through unregulated investment platforms or exchanges, he said. Google and Apple's ability to ignore government directives must be scrutinized. We urge our legislators to reform laws to empower our regulators and ensure that they are not at the mercy of these large multinational tech companies, he added. This is likely possible that these two big tech companies will be charged. So we have yet to encounter that if that's going to happen. Alright, it is 8:07 a.m. and koolNews Early Edition will return after these messages for now, but right as well as Hello Pilipinas. So yes, koolNews Early Edition will return after these messages.